All right. We are live. We will give people a few minutes to stream in here.
Great.
And just
I love your wallpaper.
yeah. Try to customize the wallpapers for the events each week.
Yeah, I assume.
It could be the most expensive wallpaper in 1 year or so. Did you know that? Full of Animetas.
Yeah.
Right. We got some people joining the chat on Twitch. Lots on Twitch, also streaming across on YouTube. All right. Got a lot of people joining right now. And we will give about 2 minutes or so for people to jump in and they can start seeing the metaverse here. So let's keep playing here. You guys are just joining. Welcome. We have Cyber here from the Animetas team, and you can see on stream here we are inside the Sandbox metaverse. This is the first social hub where everybody can actually multiplayer join and be part of it. And Cyber, here is the the arcade.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, Dagger was saying beforehand how tall it is compared to the characters.
Yeah, maybe we should adjust it a bit. But yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. I think it's the first Animetas arcade box placement in the metaverse. Here we are seeing it live. It's fun.
Totally.
Super cool. Super cool. So let's go ahead and give this a little bit of a dance right in front. So I think we got quite a few viewers here now. So let's go ahead and kick things off. Cyber, if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself and your background, and then we'll dig into Animetas a little bit.
Yeah, of course. So basically, I'm an electrical engineer with a PhD specializing in machine learning and computer vision. And I work for a Tel Aviv-based startup company that does computer vision for sports. And also I research in Tel Aviv University, various subjects. And I found out about NFTs after Ralph, our legendary product manager, told me about NBA Top Shot. And since then, like many of us, I fell into the rabbit hole and never came out since.
Nice. Electrical engineering. That's a pretty rad degree. I love seeing all the different backgrounds that are coming into this space for sure. So let's talk about how you started Animetas. How big's the team and what led you guys to kick it off?
Okay, so basically, it's a really cool story because, I mean, Gustavo, which is in my opinion, the best pixel artist in the world at the moment. I found out about his amazing work a couple of years ago when I went to get some coffee with a colleague of mine from work, and he had this mug with a print of this famous scene from Game of Thrones where Jon Snow battles all those dragons beyond the wall. And I was like, wow, what? Sorry? Oh, and I was like, wow, what's that? What is that cool piece? And he told me, oh, it's by a pixel artist named Gustavo. And I looked him up on Instagram and Twitter and saw a lot of his pieces, and I was just, wow, this dude is amazing. I started following him. but I didn't know him personally. And when I started getting into NFTs, and I thought like, what kind of artist would be like the best for this medium? And immediately I thought about Gustavo. And we started with a lot of projects which were punk derivatives and stuff like that. That were very famous and very like profitable around March 2021. After I reached out to Gustavo, like this unknown guy sending a message, private message on Twitter to Gustavo, telling him that we can do great stuff together in NFTs, and I'll like help him get stuff done. And after a few months of like ping pongs of ideas, we thought, well, we want to make our own project and our own culture, and then we thought about Animetas, and the rest is history.
Nice. So when you guys kicked it off, that's cool that you guys met on Instagram and started chatting it up, and you kind of found the type of art that you wanted to do. What was your first initial hire? Like, how big was the team when you first kicked it off with just the artist? And are you guys distributed? Are you mainly based in one country specifically? And what can you share about the team itself?
Okay, so when we started, it was just Gustavo and myself. Like up to, I don't know, I think the last week before launching, it was just Gustavo and myself. And before launch, it was like too much for me to handle because I was the community manager, and I was doing marketing on Twitter, and also doing all the development of the contract and the generative art scripts, etc. And I called Ralph, our product manager, who was one of my best friends for like a lot of years now. We met like I don't know, 15 years ago, maybe, something like that. And I told him that I need some help. Now, Ralph is the product manager of a team, which is, let's say, kind of a family business of developers. And he just jumped aboard. He helped me with a lot of ideas before that with Animetas, but like we made it official. And he brought himself 4 more developers, and basically that was that, like, until a few weeks ago. And now we have also a lore master, Frozen Dew. You can meet him on our Discord. We have a voxel artist, Neri, which is actually my little brother. Is done this arcade machine that you're looking at. And we have another new product manager called Majoru, which was just onboarded and will help me a lot with stuff I can get to. And that's basically the team.
Right on. Very cool.
Man, by the way, sorry, Steve, for interrupting. By the way, I have to say, I love Animetas team. Like, I love how they're thinking about this NFT business, because I minted so many projects, and I have never seen a team invested in 5 more developers in its first week. I think this is so important. This really shows how Animetas taking this business seriously. To me, at least.
Thank you.
And I'm really, really glad to see that in this environment. So yeah, like, congratulations to all the team members. Cheers.
Thank you, and I'll say something about that. So, like, what I do like about our team is that all of the people in the development team are working like for over 5 years together as one unit, which is amazing because they know how to work together and get stuff done really fast and really professionally. And also, I think like we have a lot of experience, on our belts. I'm a PhD in machine learning. Gustavo is a world class pixel artist. Rolf has been product managing in a few startup companies that got sold, and the developers are like almost all of them have master's degrees in computer sciences, which is like a lot, and all of us are doing tech stuff for like about 15 years, each one of us. So a lot of the stuff that like happens during launches, etc., it doesn't make us nervous, and we saw a lot of that stuff before that, and that makes us a very strong team, in my opinion.
Nice. And this is a great segue. Now that we're 10 minutes in, everybody in the chat that's watching, we've cracked over 100 people watching. If you type in Animonkeys into the chat, you're entered in automatically into this bot that we have that is a randomized giveaway bot, super sick bot that we'll run at the end of this to pick the 2 winners. So yeah, everybody in the chat is hitting Animonkeys. Very cool to see, and that's automatically joining you guys in.
Also, please folks, write it on caps, because if you're writing it without caps, it won't.
Yeah, all caps.
You will not qualify. Just for your information. Also, it's 3 Animonkeys, not 2. More Animonkeys.
So the bot is trying to catch up to everybody that's doing it in the chat, and it can't. It's like trying really hard, but it's it's going slow. All right, there we go. All caps, everybody. All caps. Animonkeys. All right, cool. Well, thanks so much for the background. I love that Dagger High has some experience, like all the way from you guys getting started. That was one of the reasons that we really wanted to bring you on, was because he's been there from the start with you guys, and I always like to kind of see a whole picture of how you guys have come along. So let's talk about Sandbox. How did that relationship start, and what's your plans for Sandbox?
Okay, so basically, Animetas is a project which is we always say it's a huge playground for adults. If you want to get your inner child out and to play, that's the place, because we're not a regular profile picture project. We're more of a culture and a universe that we're creating. And one of the main pillars of this universe is the gaming aspect of it, because a lot of us, what we're most excited about is like getting our inner children out, because we grew up in the 90s where all the video games were like pixel art, and a lot more thought about the gameplay itself, and we have this nostalgic romantic feeling, and every playground needs a sandbox, and that's like one of the reasons that we chose to go into Sandbox, because we believe that we want to make games that will be in our style, and Sandbox is like a voxel art, which we really like, and resonates with our collection, and we think it's a perfect fit. I mean, after doing a lot of research to what the metaverse we should go to and buy land, and now we're really laser focusing on Sandbox, and we believe that like in the next few weeks we'll buy land there.
Nice. And I guess from a high level, let's talk about the different, I don't know if we should call them companion NFTs. What do you want to call them in terms of the Animonkeys and the Animetas? I guess there's all these different sorts of phrases coming out now of drop after the initial one to holders and minting in addition to your current holdings. So let's talk a little bit about that. How, you started with the Animetas, the first kind of series, and then what are the additional companion NFTs?
Yeah, it's like maybe put in a way like, this is a universe called, of course, Animetaverse, and who are the characters? Like, who are the characters? Who are the heroes? Who are the villains? Or who are the pets? I think that's what we want to know about this Animetaverse.
Okay, so the Animetaverse is a virtual world where it is very far in the future. Earth is no longer habitable for humans, and like 10,101 pioneers minted their brains onto the Ethereum blockchain and started living in a virtual world in the blockchain, which is called the Animetaverse. Those are the Animetas, the avatars, and they live in this world, which some of you have seen, like scenes from in our first Subsatas drop, which I'll tell about more later. But this world is a world where there is no good and bad, heroes and villains. Everyone can be anything. We went for a concept, like our story goes for a concept of like yin and yang, and like starting from like Gustavo and myself, CyberEdge 49, we got first to the Animetaverse and started building it in order to get more people in. So I'm holding Animeta number 0, and Gustavo holds number 1. And the story is that we started this company called Animetas, which made cars and robots, all the famous robots in our collection, and robo monkeys known as Animonkeys. And at some point, CyberEdge, I wanted to make a lot of like different cutting edge stuff, and Gustavo wanted to maintain the feeling he had on Earth, like he's more nostalgic and romantic. And at that point, we had like this huge fight, only in the Animetaverse, don't worry. And I started my own company, H49, and he started Pixelner. And those are rival companies that aim to get maybe similar stuff, but in very different ways. So you could say that CyberEdge 49 is the villain in the story, but he has like a pure agenda, which is not that evil. And Gustavo is more of the naive guy, which you'll find out more about his story later. And like in terms of what's there in the universe, so the Animonkeys were an experiment that has gone bad, which I made behind Gustavo's back. That's why he threw me out of Animetas, and then quit himself. And
I'm getting mad scientist vibes from you. Is that right?
Yeah. And like in real life.
yeah. Okay, I feel that, man. I get that vibe. One more question before you move. Do Animetas ever have to pick a side in the future? Like, I will ride with Cyber, or I will ride with Gustavo.
So
just a random question.
Yeah,
maybe it's not in lore yet, but I'm just curious about it.
So I think that, like, in terms of picking sides, you won't have to pick sides ever. I mean, you can always go like on the spectrum between myself and Gustavo in the Animetaverse, and also like have the possibility to write your own story. like in the borders of the like the general storylines of the Animetas universe, of the
Okay.
Animetaverse. Yeah.
All right.
Got it. So what's the plan for the Animetaverse and Sandbox in terms of the plots? Like you mentioned that you're getting the land, you're kind of still working out the plan, but will there be the two different kind of factions in two different plots? Is that kind of how you're looking at this, where there will be like this kind of civil war amongst the two factions?
Then I'm more thinking about this Twix advertising. Do you know that advertising? There are two brothers in factory. They are doing, you know, the chocolate Twix, right? They're doing,
What?
yeah,
Twix.
Twix, the chocolate.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. They're doing the same chocolate, but they're not, like, they're also twins and so on. Like, okay, if you don't know the story, I will just shut up here, and yeah, that's it from me, guys. Okay, back to the questions too.
Got it. People in the chat saying Twix, yummy Twix. All right, so we're up to 150 viewers concurrently, and if you guys want a chance to win the Animetas, type in Animonkeys in all caps. If you're subscribed on Twitch, you have a 2 times more likely probability of winning. So do not forget to subscribe on Twitch. A lot of people saying they're hungry now in the chat. That's your fault, Dagger.
Sorry, guys.
Dagger made everybody hungry.
But eating chocolate won't work. Like, you will be more hungry in 1 hour, so don't eat that Twix if you have it.
All right, so let's talk about the current status, Cyber. Where are you guys at? Like, obviously we've talked about the storyline, the cool drama that's been started in the Animetaverse, and how are you seeing the next 12 months play out for you guys? Is there going to be additional pieces that are dropped to holders? Are you seeing that you're still kind of building out the team? What can you share with us in terms of what people can expect over the next 12 months?
Okay, so the fun thing about I'll start with the team. So the fun thing about the team is that all of us are working together, like for a long time in many different constellations, and most of us are based in Israel. Some of us in Amsterdam, and so it makes it really easy to work together time zones wise, and what we're planning for the next 12 months. So we have 3 planned major drops that are planned. On November, we're planning to drop our hover cars, which yesterday we leaked a sneak peek of those, which was really amazing. Gustavo made a video of the design, like the blueprints of the hover car, like getting like becoming the hover car itself. So if you haven't watched it, just go to our Twitter account, and that's the pin tweet, which is really amazing. I mean, I watched it like over 100 times, and I'm not kidding, because I really loved what he did there, and it gave me like a lot of nostalgic vibes, like playing arcade in my childhood. The second major drop will be the weapons, which will be part of, like, the overcars and weapons will be part of what we're planning in the gaming aspect of our Animetaverse. And the third one will be Animonsters, which is the next level evolution of our Animonkeys, which are the companions of Animetas, but we dropped them a bit before the release of Animetas, one week before that, on July 24th. And another major drop that we're currently planning is Animetas, which is the pets for the Animetas owners, which we're planning some kind of DNA type of string on chain, and that's like that for now.
Cool. Very cool.
That's a lot of things. I think
Yeah.
that's a 1 year.
Yeah. It's a 1 year plan. Currently, we're focused, like really laser focused on the hover cars, and we want to make like the best experience for people when they get the hover cars in their wallet. So in terms of how the NFT looks, the way they can get assets to put as their Twitter banners, and like we're working on 2 games for the hover cars at the moment, and we're contemplating on like doing a special drop for some of the hover cars to have like 3D model NFTs. So that's like what we're planning at the moment, and we want to make really like a huge impact for our collectors with the hover cars, because we believe that's a major part of our universe and the gaming experiences we can come up with, and also like every Animeta needs a way to like go from one place to the other on the Animetaverse in Animeta City, and the hover car is like one of the best ways we could think of. And basically, like in general, I want to say that once you own an Animeta, we want to give you the full experience of being like of getting you everything you need for the Animetaverse.
Yeah, I see, man. Another question about hover cars and the game. Like, how do you envision the game? Is it, for example, is it like Mario Kart, or I don't know, is it a racing game like NASCAR? How do you see it? How do you guys see it? And is it multiplayer at some point?
Yeah, so so first of all, we're planning I don't know if we've said it before, but so that's like some kind of alpha, but we're planning a shooter game for the cars, like like those old-time games where you have this overcar and you shoot like those I don't know, enemy spaceships that are coming at you, sound like those kind of like Super Nintendo games and stuff like that. So that's one game that will involve the hover cars. But in the second game, yeah, we're planning a multiplayer Mario Kart type of game, because like for me, Mario Kart is like my favorite Nintendo game. And I really love it, and it was my dream like for a long time to make something similar to Mario Kart, because it's so fun, like with the stuff you can do there, like take a hammer and like bank someone, throw a banana, stuff like that. So we will do something similar in the world of Animetas that like resonates with our culture and our like image of the world. Yeah,
man, I think it's also beauty of NFTs and blockchain. Like, if we have these assets, these hover cars, we can do it whatever the fuck we want for the future, right?
exactly.
We can develop another game. I mean, you can develop. I'm not involved in any way of developing, but you can maybe roam around in the city in 5 years or whatever. But it's open-ended. It's really, for me, and I believe like you guys, your imagination. So yeah, I'm excited for upcoming airdrops and games from Animetas.
Thank you. And like you said that you can do one as well, so that's actually true, and that's the fun thing about NFTs, that we just like minted the contract and sold it and minted the pieces, but everyone can use that contract for whatever they want. I mean, you can make a car racing game which is more NASCAR like. Maybe we will do that, but you can also do that and like let people that have overcars use it, and like make a, I don't know, we're planning on making a decentralized leaderboard for the racing game. And I mean, it's going to be like really cool. And I really love the way anyone can be so creative in the world of NFTs.
Yeah, like just expanding on that idea. Sorry for brainstorming in the meetup, but
It's
you know,
okay.
you can also get the boxing versions of these hover cars, and you can do whatever you want in the sandbox too. Maybe you can, go to Binance building with your hover car. It's possible, and it's exciting.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah. So I wanted to shift gears a little bit more back to you, Cyber, because I think a lot of people are curious about you as kind of an entrepreneur and the starter of Animetas. But what are you excited about in the NFT space? I think we've heard a lot of different things. I'm curious, you as an individual, outside of Animetas, obviously that's the most exciting thing for you. But outside of that, what gets you up and just overly hyped in the morning?
Okay, so actually, that's a really good question. I'm hyped about two major things. The first one is that NFTs, as I told Dagger a moment ago, are like individual assets, and anyone can use them however they want. So let's say, for example, like I come up with an idea that I want to, I don't know, give airdrop an NFT to Bored Ape owners, right? So I can do it tomorrow and like monetize it, and like build a community over that, etc. And I'm not, like there are no limits in this world, like on the one side, but on the other side there's a lot of play with scarcity and rarity, and that's something that excites me, because I mean, until now, like in the world of gaming, you could always I don't know, buy more weapons, etc., etc., and it was like a centralized type of business, because the company that made the game could make more of the same stuff. And in a decentralized world, like in NFTs, then if I manufactured any weapons, for example, then the only like the rarity is already set, and that's that. I mean, I can't do any more in that contract, for example. And I really like the game between like scarcity and like being unlimited or limitless in your creativity. So that's something that really excites me. And the other thing that excites me is how art can be a totally different thing using NFTs, because like I really love the concept of art on the blockchain. So I own some pieces of art blocks, and what I was thinking about when I started developing, which I hope will be released in a month or so, is on-chain AI generated art, which is like, think about it like a computer that generates art without even like knowing what will come out of it. And the examples we have, like that we've made, are crazy. I mean, it's like I don't know, it's like art blocks on steroids.
Interesting. Of course, this is independent from Animetas, right? This is
Yeah. It's independent. As an AI researcher who deals with machine learning for the past decade or so, I'm really excited about the opportunities for AI artists in the space. It's something that it's unprecedented, and like a way to monetize the amazing art that is being done using computers and neural networks.
Man, I would say you're the biggest alpha of the Animetas because your brain works differently and you have PhD in this shit. So yeah, like I trust your vision. I could say that I'm enchanted.
Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I mean, basically, I really like, like thinking creatively, and once you have like this huge playground to play with, which is really, I mean, without any limits or borders, then you can come up with a lot of cool shit.
Yeah, man. Now I remembered that you guys are going to drop any tokens. I
Right.
I think you are planning to drop it in September or in this quarter. Uh, so what is it, a utility token or is it a yielding token like uh, banana from cybercoins? Of course, you don't have to answer if it's going to start something, but I would love to also talk about that.
Okay, so basically, can you hear me well now because I switched places?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, when talking about any tokens, so we're planning on releasing them. We changed the release date a bit because we wanted to make the system for any tokens more robust. So it's going to happen like mid-October, something like that. We will announce the date very soon. I mean, I was about to announce it today. Once I get the like the clear from the other members of the team. But basically, what we're planning to do with them, so we want Animetas owners and Animonkeys owners to get a like a monthly amount of tokens, depending on the Animetas they own, the Animonkeys they own, etc. And those tokens will be like the let's say the currency of the Animetaverse. So for example, like I'll give you a few ideas that we had, but nothing set in stone. So for example, like you write a background story for your Animeta, right? And
Mhm.
we will have like in a few months we'll have a decentralized server that keeps those stories. So if you want, for example, the story to never be changed by anyone, then we will allow you to do so if you pay a certain amount of Ani tokens, like burn a certain amount of Ani tokens. They will also be the ones like we're building an arcade for the gaming. Like that's something we're planning to do on the Sandbox. That's why we started designing those cool arcade machines. And one thing that we want to do is that you will be able to play the games and earn any tokens, and you'll have to like to play a game. You will have to burn any tokens. But I think that for me, the coolest thing um, about those any tokens is a future plan that we have, and that's some, in my opinion, some series alpha. So like there's always this tension between you as the founder of a collection or of a universe. There is always this tension between, okay, I want to keep my collection scarce, and but I want more people to come in and like be part of this universe. And we saw it like, for example, a week ago or two, I can remember time in NFTs fly so differently than the real world. So where Bored Apes gave those serums to make those mutants. So basically, like there can always be this tension. I mean, does it dilute the Bored Ape asset, or does it just add people into the world having like those mutants? And one thing we want to do with those Ani tokens is taking something that is really type of like a really new type of asset, which is a burner asset. So as you know, we have like over 4K traits in Animetas, which in my opinion is unprecedented in the NFT collectibles space, and we can make like billions of different Animetas, and our collection has only 10,101. So what will allow people that own Animetas and would burn Ani tokens is to make burner Animetas, which are Animetas that will have a bit different look than the normal ones you're familiar with, and they will live for the amount of time you pay in Ani tokens, and you can like give them to people, like sell them to people, and those people for that set amount of time can get to know our Animetas world, like play the games, enter the Sandbox area, etc., etc. And that's something that I believe that it keeps like the world, like inflating and deflating in specific time segments, because and make like the owners of Animetas be able to make I don't know, ETH from renting those assets, selling those assets, etc. But those assets are time limited. I mean, they'll get burned like automatically eventually.
Yeah, man, interesting. It's, I really enjoyed this conversation. So there's one question from Metamori. He's asking, will there be interoperability between other collections? Like, can you drive an Animetas hover car with a Bored Ape avatar? Are we going in that direction? Can you see that in the future? Maybe not in the near future, but at some point, do you think we can use assets from different collections? It doesn't have to be Animetas too. Like, I'm asking you individually, would you like something like this in the future? Would you like to see it?
So I'm a man of interoperability. I love it. I think that like I love collaborations with other collections. If you saw this Easter egg, then in our artist choice piece that we gave out as a subseta, which is like the airdrops we give to specific traits in our collection. And the first one was a really cool poster by Gustavo for the artist's choice pieces. So you saw a really small, like in the Choripan stand, in the lower part of the poster, there is this sitting cool cat, which is a small Easter egg that we put there because we're talking with Cool Cats about future collab, maybe in Halloween, we don't know yet. And we got their approval to put this cat on in the poster because we love the cats as well. And I think like I'm really pro collaborations, pro interoperability. I mean, because it makes stuff easier for us and for other collections, because you can share technology and do stuff like it doesn't take too much resources from your team or the other team, and like move the space in the right direction together, because that's like our common interest, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I think the next 15 minutes, the last 15 minutes, I'd like to open up to the community. We pinged people in the chat, but if you guys are streaming on Twitch, ask some questions for Cyber. We already have quite a few coming in. This one is who is the next collaboration going to be with? I think you already answered that, but are there any Halloween events that are scheduled, Cyber?
Yeah, so we're going to announce in 2 days the terms for our Halloween cosplay challenge, which will be like with prizes and stuff like that, and it's going to be really cool. And we're planning on doing a subseta of a Halloween greeting card, which will be kind of a special edition for some of the traits. So stay tuned.
Got it. Then this one's from Metamori. They are saying that they're curious if Animetas items, wearables, and vehicles will be gated to the Animetas area or if they'll be available in the open marketplace.
So, as I told you, I'm pro, like giving people the opportunity to take their assets wherever they want, and as like I will make them like where possible, I will make them open for like purchase and wearing in any area of the sandbox. Yeah.
Got it. Got it. And I think in terms of the interoperability, there was another question about that. If they can drive around an Animetas hover car with their Bored Ape avatar. I think you already answered that one. But any more insights on how these assets are going to be used? Like if I have my Kong in the Animetas plot in Sandbox, do you think that I'm going to be able to fly around my hover car?
Well, yeah, you should. You should be able to. I mean, the
At
way
least-
I plan it, you should be able to.
Yep. Yep. All right. Excellent. Win Animetas Battle Royale.
What? Sorry?
Battle Royale.
Animetas Battle Royale.
Oh,
This was kind of like what I was bringing up earlier about the two factions that you guys have kind of created with Gustavo. And what do you think about a Battle Royale situation?
so like, yeah, we're open to anything. I mean, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean there are weapons and plenty enough ammo, so I think we are ready to ride this.
Oh,
Yeah,
this is a good
totally.
one. This is a good one. What's your favorite trait of the Animetas? Some people are saying green eyes. Some people are commenting the speed shirt is the best trait. What is your personal favorite trait?
So actually, I really love the party glasses. That's like my favorite one. I don't know why, but they're really aesthetic in my opinion, and yeah, that's like one of my faves.
And then I would ask my question: what is your favorite type?
What's my favorite type?
Yeah,
I
type.
Yeah, so I really like the punks.
All right.
Yeah, that's like I mean I really like the Animetas too because I thought of them like I came up with the idea, but I really like what Gustavo did with the punks because they're so versatile and like a lot of different stuff that they have like on their ears and eyes, etc.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I mean that's like in my opinion like how Gustavo as an artist is different than like any other I've seen in pixel art and in the NFT space so far.
Yeah, man. I was following Gustavo, I think 9 months ago or so, 8 or 9 months ago, and I saw this movie posters first. I fell in love, really. Like, I have been actually, I was fan of Animetas instantly because of Gustavo's work. So, because I was following him, I'm not saying I don't like you. Like,
It's okay,
yeah,
it's okay.
I totally love you. Like, but I really do appreciate the art and the details. It's no fucking joke that you guys have opened a new page in generative art. Like, what? There's more than 4K traits, and I was scrolling Animetas OpenSea, to snipe some Animetas, and I was thinking, how? Like, I'm scrolling it for 2 days now, and I can still see new traits, and
Yeah,
those characters are not, looking alike at all. They're
yeah.
different. They're so diverse. Really, it's good job, guys. Like,
Yeah. I mean, Gustavo is amazing, and think about it. He did all of that, all of the Animetas collection. He did it by himself, no help from anyone. All of the traits. I mean, he worked days and nights making it happen. with only the final touches from me in the like generative scripts, etc. Yeah, and it's amazing. And like think about it, like most of like the reason we've made the artist's choice badge is that think about it, Gustavo made 4K traits, but he never saw like more than a handful of animetas like when he worked on them. And once I created those 10,101, I mean it was shocked by like the combinations and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Got it.
man.
Got
Amazing.
it. So there's a couple more questions in the chat. Thanks, guys, for adding all the ones on Twitch. A lot of spamming questions here. Is there a possibility for a collab with an esports team, like 100 Thieves or maybe Fortnite with an Animetas collab? That's a pretty interesting question.
So yeah, I mean we would love that. We're always trying to push the boundaries, and if there's any team that in a cool esports type of franchise that would like to work with Animetas, then we're open to anything.
Nice. And there's a couple questions about the shooter game because you kind of dropped that alpha on everybody. What can you share a little bit more about the shooter game, or for everybody that's just joining now? I see we have quite a few more people that have joined. Can you recap that real quick?
Yeah, so we're playing that if you own a hover car, you will be able to play this shooter game that we already hired a gaming studio to do for us. And that will be like the first game that will be released, we hope, next to right after the hover car drop. And a bit about the game. So we're playing like this really retro, like Super Nintendo style type of shooter game where like you fly with your hover car and you see it like from the like a side view, like those old games, and you like have weapons and you can shoot those like faux alien spaceships or whatnot, and this cool scrolling screen, like those types of games.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. I love the
Yeah,
side.
it's like those games that you can play like for hours and hours without even realizing that the time passed.
Nice. All right. So everybody in the metaverse right now, there is a scavenger hunt going. So Dagger, you want to share some details on the scavenger hunt while everybody's tuned in?
Yeah, sure. I think you can check the pin tweet on Twitter. You can hear me, right? By the way, yeah.
Yep, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Right. Guys, you can check the pinned tweet on Twitter. We hid like 4 artist choice animatas in the Sandstorm HQ, like the space we are roaming around right now. And if you can find them and post a screenshot under the post, under the Twitter post, you will have a chance to win 1 Animetas and 1 Animonkey. And you will be set for the next adventures that, Cyber is talking about, all those games and shit. You will be ready for them. And just you need to find those beautiful pixel waifus drawn by Gustavo and post it under the Twitter post. So yeah, that's it, I think. And yeah, at the end of this conversation, we will also press the button and choose the giveaway winners. Yeah, my brain is melting. Sorry.
And shout out to Care Bear in the instance that we had, the first social hub in Sandbox, for finding the secret location here where you can go around and get on top of the billboard. I'm walking around trying not to fall off right now because pretty much every time I fall off. Let's go ahead and get around here. Oh yeah, look at this. We are in front of the Sandstorm billboard from the back here. Got a couple people up here, and you can see the entire bill from the top. Yeah.
Nice.
Everybody down below there. All right. Cool.
Gustavo,
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to run the giveaway setup, and then that'll be for one of the Animonkeys, right? Dagger, is that how we're doing it?
yeah, I think so. In total, as I said, we have 3, and I didn't use that giveaway tool before, so I don't know whether we can choose 3 or 1, but we will give 3 in the end. And meanwhile, I want to ask a last question to Cyber. Man, individually, what do you like and what are you collecting as a NFT collector, or are you collecting at least?
Okay, so I really like, as I said, I really like art blocks. I really like the idea. I really like the random, the random part of the collection.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing. I collect punks, so that I have 2 punks,
Nice.
and like basically other than that, I mean, I collect what looks good to me. I mean. I collected a bit of on-chain poetry by Digital Archic and her collaborations, and and a- and I have like one Bored Ape. So I really like stuff that just look good to me. I mean, I'm not collecting for like any. Um, like for any direct profit. I collect stuff that I like, and I'm fond of pieces that combine tech and cool art. That's like
Yeah,
my angle.
yeah, I would say, yeah. I mean, it's normal. You're an engineer. You're by nature you're a bit geeky, so I think
Yeah,
art blocks is your thing. Also, punks, I would say, is your thing. As
totally,
yeah,
totally, and of course, I love Gustavo's work. Besides Animetas, I mean, if you look at the Days with Dad scenes that he made, I mean,
yeah,
that's really nostalgic and like some of the best pieces I've seen, not only in NFTs but like in real life art as well.
yeah. There's something like it's touching you. I know
Yeah,
that it is, and it's touching you somehow. Like it sends you to another world of memories, probably your
exactly,
childhood. Yeah, it's touching.
exactly. Like I think that, like in my opinion, Gustavo is the best artist in the world in capturing like those moments of nostalgia, like from your childhood, that like play on your emotions that way.
Yeah, I think we will see it in the future in subsetas. That's part
Of
of Gustavo,
course,
because in characters you might not see it because they are fun, or of course they are conveying some feelings, but in a broader picture, Gustavo is really talented to convey those feelings. So I'm looking forward to that subsetas.
thank you. I'll pass the message to him.
Yeah, please.
All right, guys. I'm going to run the giveaway bot, and what I want to do is I want to run this giveaway that it looks like during the stream we have 150 entrants, which is crazy, absolutely crazy. So this is a random bot, and I'm going to run it, and we will get ourselves a winner here. Click draw.
By the way, we have like 160 viewers right now, or listeners. Thank you guys for coming. I know most of you are like Animetas fans, and I know this audience is crazy, like a real fan base, loyal base. So yeah, thanks for coming too.
All right. It looks like we have Paul Theth is the winner of the first Animetas, Animonkey, I guess.
Yeah, Monkey, yeah. So
And
Paul,
we're going to do. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I was saying, please send me a DM from Discord. Find me in Discord channel, in Sandstorm Discord channel, I mean.
Yep. All right. And then we are going to draw a second one, right, Dagger?
Yeah, and the third one after that.
All right. Second one is about to run, guys. Ready, set. Next one is Before I Fly, right there. That is the second one. DM the Sandstorm Meetup on Twitter, and Dagger or I will get back to you. Congrats, congrats. And everybody be sure to subscribe right now to the Twitch. Be sure to follow the Animetas project on Twitter. We'll be dropping those links on Twitter after that. Be sure to follow us on Twitter and join the Discord because we do these every single week with the builders in the space. Shout out to that car honking in the background. That was awesome. And we will do the third giveaway here.
It was a hover car.
What's that?
It was a hover car.
Yeah, it's a hover car. That's right.
Man, did they dropped already?
Yeah, they dropped. And thanks for everybody that's joined this instance. There were a ton of questions about the instance in the chat. Basically, the way that Sandbox that's working with us, that we're partnered with, is allowing us to do this is 40 people at a time per instance. So when we hit the 40 cap, which we do every single week, they draw another instance. Like they just spin up another instance. So you go into it and you're all lonely, unfortunately. So the cap is going to increase over time. But for now, since we're literally the first people in the metaverse of Sandbox, we have to work directly with their CTO and get him to deploy this every Wednesday. So it's literally the cutting edge, which is exciting and kind of chaotic at the same time. But be sure to follow the scavenger hunt as well. And I'm going to draw the last one. You ready, Dagger?
Yep.
All right. 3, 2, 1. It is Shraki 11111. And that is announced in the chat. Congrats to the 3 winners. If you guys want to win next time, we're going to be doing more giveaways on each meetup. And be subscribed on Twitch, join the Discord, follow Animetas, follow Cyber also on Twitter. The guy is building incredible things, and we need to support the builders because demand is crazy through the roof. We got like 24,000 people that have joined the Sandstorm newsletter. So everybody should definitely support the builders, so support Dagger High, support Cyber, support me on Twitter, and we will get this going. So 150 people joined. There's 150 people watching concurrently, but also 150 joined the giveaway, which is crazy to think about. Everybody that's watching, demand is just crazy right now for the metaverse. But that's it for the meetup. Thank you once again for coming on, Cyberman. This was really fun.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming. I'm really glad to meet you finally. We talked a little in Discord, but yeah, but it's good to personally meet you finally.
Same here.
Yeah, Steve, please keep the Discord alive. Sorry, not Discord, Twitch alive for a second because maybe people didn't see their names. I'm also announcing the winners and telling again, Paul Feet, Before I Fly, Shuraki, please find me and DM me in the Sandstorm Meetup Discord, preferably Discord because I'm present there.
Yep. All right. Thanks, everybody, and have a good rest of the day. We will see you on the next Sandstorm Meetup.
Yeah. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.